purée. Happy New Year, foodies! Let's make some plantain bread, okay? So here are the ingredients that we are going to use. I have them here on the caption, but I will also have them listed in the description below. Before we do that, guys, if it's your first time here, please don't forget to click the subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I post a new video, because new videos are coming every week, okay? So here what I'm doing, guys, I'm severing my dry ingredients. So these will be listed below as dry ingredient, which is just flour, the bicarbonate of soda, and the spices that I use for this recipe. So always sieve your flour. It really affects the texture of your baking, okay, guys? Once that is all nice and sieved, we are going to go ahead and mash our plantain. So make sure you use really ripe plantain. Can you see this, the one that are turning dark and you don't know what to do with them because they'll be maybe too soft and too sweet? Those are really good for this recipe. So use proper ripe plantain. I'm going to mash this with a back of a fork. You can also mash this, like put them in a blender or a food processor if you fancy having more dishes to wash, and then you can just do it that way. But for me, I just use the back of a fork and just plate in the back of the fork. Okay, and remove those membrane. Can you see what I'm doing? Those little membrane or like a string like that, they're always on the plantain. Remove them so that they're not in the end result. But yeah, so mash your plantain up just like so with the back of the fork until it's nice and smooth and it has this kind of nice puree, like we are trying to find a plantain puree, okay? Just like so. It doesn't take long, a minute or even less maybe, yeah, just like that. And if you have really ripe plantain, you really mash up so quickly, so it doesn't take time at all. And this is the perfect bread for brunch. You can just put it together when you have guests around, and before you know it, you have a nice warm banana bread or plantain bread with a cup of coffee. Okay, now time to put this together. So I'm just transferring this in my mixing bowl. So I'm just adding the mashed plantain in there, and then I'm going to follow that with the rest of the wet ingredient, which is the egg, the oil, and the just a personal preference, because I think it scoops everything out so nicely, so I don't have any waste. And again, I'm just preparing my loaf pan or tray, or what do you call this, baking loaf tin, yeah. Preparing this by applying some oil. You can also put in some baking sheet to avoid sticking, but these are the non-stick ones, so just a little bit of oil is always enough. Now we goodness, please try this recipe, guys. Okay, until next time, bye bye.